Yo, open up the pit, man. Open up the pit.
All that I ever knew. I get my bitch pregnant, I'ma be a better you. Prophecies.
Yo, Kelvin, open it the fuck up, man.
That I made way back in the veil. Fulfill.
Hey, what's he pulling up?
Well, I pull up.
What are we pulling up?
Alright, I'm gonna have to find something funky.
Martin Luther King would have been on Dreamville. Talk to him, nigga.
Fucking vibes.
Yo, open it up, man. It's the No Cast fucking podcast. We back with better than ever. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Energy, 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 energy.
Yo, are we cancelling Kanye?
What?
He's being some fucking crud.
Oh, bro, he's bipolar. He's bipolar.
He
has issues.
He's pro-life.
Bro, he has issues.
Did you not see the whole thing?
He has issues. I feel like every podcast has collectively agreed not to talk about Kanye West.
Yeah, true.
Because he is going through mental health issues and his family are just exploiting it.
That's true.
So we
can't wait for the next season.
I mean, we might not talk about Kanye West, but
yeah,
you know, No Cast, we might just end up that way. We might just end up that way.
Kanye's gonna come up one way. He already has. So
No Cast podcast
episode
15, baby.
Man, you're on the ball with that.
Baby, 15, baby.
Well,
I mean, it's not like there's much podcasts for us to like
do you
keep track on.
Will we address the elephant in the room first and foremost?
What's that?
About there's no person.
Oh yeah, if you're up here, he would have been here underneath it. Don't overthink shit. But nah, Benji can't make it. He has
family issues,
other commitments. Do you know what? Benji might end up the new for fuck Ali, to be honest.
But half of the people here don't even realize who Ali is.
Oh yeah, Ali was here like 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
No offense, Ali. No offense.
No, full offense,
no
Ali.
offense.
Full offense.
No, full offense. No Cast.
We have topics to talk about.
We actually do have topics. Like sometimes, like I'd say by quarantine we're struggling of what to talk about, and then when it rains it pours. When it rains it pours.
She like the way that that was nasty. That was disgusting, bro. That was the nastiest shit.
Man,
bro.
we're actually just fucking around.
All right, where are we starting?
Where are we kicking off? Has to be Red Table Talk.
Red Table?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so the Red Table Talk, from the surface level, it didn't give us a lot. I don't know. Did you?
No, I seen bits of it. Yeah,
I seen bits of it. Like, there's not a lot there. There's about 10 to 12 minutes. It takes us to the place they're at now, and I wanted it to give me a segmented breakdown of when she was in her kitchen cutting up cucumbers and looked at August and went, you know what? I'm gonna fuck August.
Bro, she called Will Smith called him Og. That's the
bro. When I heard Og
first came.
When I heard Og, I knew every single podcast was gonna go in on him saying Og. Why are you giving him pet names?
Nah, that's nasty,
bro.
The person who's smashing your wife, and
bro, I'm not giving the person that is dicking down my wife pet names unless I'm in on it too, which just heightens. It just heightens the rumors that Will Smith's bisexual. Why are you calling him Og? Bro, catch the fade. You can't dick down my wife and call you Og. Why is your name a month of the year?
To be honest,
first off,
if I was smashing Margot Robbie, I'd call whatever dude whatever he wants.
Oh yeah, true. I like the way when Jada said, "You have to search for your happiness, and I have to search for my happiness." Bro, he was dicking down Margot Robbie. That was the happiest period of his life.
That's true.
Unreal chemistry.
Oh man,
unreal chemistry.
I said their sex.
Like that was like.
Anyway,
any part of this, you go to literally any part of this video and it's awkward.
But what August was probably trying to communicate, because I could actually see how he would perceive it as permission, because we were separated amicably.
Alright, so we're just on the bit now where she said, yeah, nobody gave permission for my body. I gave permission.
I think that was the thing that people were very like shook by at the start, was saying that Will, because August said that Will gave his blessing behind it. Yeah. And that obviously was not true.
Yeah.
So I mean, they cleared
that.
Well,
you can interpret it as if Will isn't showing up like he did to the door in Bad Boys, quizzing the boy about taking the girl out. I feel like based on the fact he didn't approach August that way, August just interpreted it as permission.
Yeah.
But you know,
but
he didn't say anything.
I think
to
Will
August.
Smith as a grown, he's not going to rush August if him and Jada are broken up at the point.
Yeah, no. Like they said they were broken up. They were broken up amicably. So like I'm kind of like
there's nothing wrong with that at all.
Did you think that was a save?
Yeah.
For it to not look like an affair.
Well, like because it looked like there was an NDA signed, and then August broke the NDA. That's what people are conspiracy. Yeah. So if that is the case, that August broke the NDA.
Yeah, because like,
that's nasty.
Everyone's just ignored the key factor to it all that they said they were broken up. So it was a mutual agreement that you'd see other people and I'd see other people.
Yeah.
I feel like this is one big cleanup by them mutually to be like, okay, we're a representation of a perfect couple. Like that Jada and that Will love, you know what I mean? Like you think of it, you associate any perfect couple, raise their kids well, have the best example of co-parenting, and you think them. So you don't want infidelity in that. So I get why it's an agreement, like, okay, Jada, I told you not to fuck August. August is the loose cannon here. Margot Robbie isn't going to say shit. Margot Robbie's engaged.
Nah, she's not.
Margot Robbie's engaged, and she's still. Yeah. She wants to sustain a career.
Yeah.
August doesn't care. August hasn't been relevant in 5 years.
Well,
so when he has an album drop,
let's not go into that because it has come out that he has had mental issues in the past to do with.
Oh yeah. So, yeah. I'm not even trying to.
Yeah, there's all roasting him, but we actually don't know how he feels and how that is. So it's hard to speak on.
Yeah. No, I
it definitely looks like this is almost like a cry for help. If I was friends with August, I'm kind of looking at this and saying.
See, he's just being a bit reckless with it. Even the stuff like responding to Kiki Palmer about stuff and saying, "Oh yeah, you wanted it too," and all. It's kind of just like.
But the fact that you decide doing,
you're alienating yourself from people. Like you're burning bridges, diminishing your reputation, and just alienating yourself from anybody. It's like I've been listening to a few podcasts and I say August isn't gonna get anything.
No.
Anywhere, as long as Will Smith.
His name is gonna be whitewashed now.
Yeah. As long as Will Smith doesn't want that happening.
No,
it's not happening.
No, that man has too much power.
Like Will Smith's had a few duds for movies, but he's still an elite figure in Hollywood. One of the biggest names. Like it's not happening. Ben actually, the one thing Ben did, which was a good contribution to this episode, was he actually sent in a good clip of this woman's take on. I actually want to hear what your take is on this too. See if you agree.
This discussion of Will and Jada's relationship, I'm finding it kind of distasteful, but I'm going to add my 2 cents anyway. I think the main reason for the excited discussion of Will and Jada's relationship on the internet is because they've been held up on a pedestal for so long as this perfect celebrity couple.
And I agree with that. That's what I'm saying. They have to protect their image. They've been always held as the ultimate couple, you know. Perfect co-parenting.
Yeah.
Nothing can go wrong. Everything's been plain sailing for the past, since they probably had Jade in the past 23 years.
But like, that can go for any couple. Like the couples that we know that seem so nice together. You've always seen them fighting all the time when they're out and stuff like that.
It's so much easier in.
But like, imagine if your life, whatever you and your girlfriend went through, was projected to the mainstream media. Bro, that's a scary.
But that's what I'm saying. It's so much easier to hide in normal society. Like the fact that was.
Yeah, but that shit goes on all the time. Yeah. Shit like that. Like people cheat on shit all the time.
The fact that was tight sealed for so long, like. Well.
They're perfect, celebrity, talented kids, and you guys are gleefully enjoying their downfall. I think the word for it.
Well, no, I don't agree with that. People are gleefully enjoying their downfall. I think it's created conversation about can an open relationship work?
Yeah.
Like we said on the last podcast, people don't have that literal break that they had together.
Yeah.
I mean, like, people stay in that tough time and then they grow to resent each other, you know what I mean? Because it's like...
Yeah, but I think for the sake of co-parenting, you kind of understand it why they took their break.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I do understand it.
It worked out well, so... I'm
the judge, like...
Yeah, I'm not gleefully mad, like, it's just... It's great conversation.
Hateration. The double standard is real out here in these streets. Jada had sex with somebody else. Oh, the abuse that she's getting online.
And that's another thing, actually. I think the treatment of women in this is kind of...
No, go off.
Like, go off. The way Jada's being projected.
Yeah.
She's projected to be this...
Stay at home
thing.
Yeah.
She can go out and have fucking sex. Yeah. Like, that's something she can do.
And whether it's unfaithful.
Yeah.
that's her choice too. Because
no need to degrade women.
Yeah, we have Hollywood male figures that do this all the time,
and that's why a lot of people brought up the argument: if Will Smith, a 40-something old man, went for a 20-year-old woman, would there be repercussions for that? Because Jada was 40 odd at that time, and August was going into his 20s.
But that's not even a predatory part. The predatory part is like you prey on someone that
she manipulated him emotionally.
Isn't mentally stable,
and that's the thing.
And has abandonment issues.
That's the thing. But she almost took him in as a mother figure. Yeah. And then
so where's that's what I'm saying. I missed the transition of where it was. Oh, he's a mother figure. I took him in because like an abandoned little foster child.
To I want to smash.
And then we fucked. Like I don't see where the transition. Happens,
but I think it was over a couple of years.
They're not going to tell us because it's that's what I'm saying. It's so relevant to them now, but like I just don't get why they haven't told us. You know,
that moves. Yeah, but they're men. You can't blame them. Women are just throwing themselves at them. Well, it looks like the female celebrities are getting dicks thrown at them, and some of them are getting caught. Big deal. All these guys crying, oh, poor Will. Look at poor Will.
She's going in.
Shut up! You can't tell me that Will didn't have every kind of genitalia thrown in his face.
Yo,
and I don't know if he partook. And quite frankly, it's not my business.
Every genitalia, keep in mind.
I went on tour.
Every genitalia.
Right between the lines.
And I saw a hell of a lot of partaking.
Bro, I can't fucking find where this video went. I just went to check the GarageBand thing.
Is it not playing?
So I wouldn't blame Will.
It's playing. I just don't know where it's coming from.
It's their business. Now, did she pick the wrong dude? As Tony Baker would say, she took a big fat skip that diddly dee.
We can add that part out anyway.
But people make mistakes. I'm sure Will made some mistakes.
She's funny though.
Yeah.
Relationships.
Let me exhale her.
Alright.
Yeah, so
to wrap it up.
We got the point of that.
Yeah, to wrap it up.
The double standard of it.
Yes.
The fact that Jada and Will, they didn't give anything away in this. No. We didn't come out of this with anything new that we hadn't already known. So it was a funny one. What else happened? What do you think of the Pop Smoke album? I told you last week on the pod that 50 was going to do an amazing job on this. For what he could put together, based on the resources he had for the thing.
Probably the best posthumous album I've heard in a long time.
Hell of a lot of them. Yeah.
A long time.
The Juice WRLD that just dropped isn't too bad, but like...
No, but like, I'm thinking
it wouldn't be my lane.
No. Even the X albums, like, not interested in.
Yeah.
Posthumous albums are really hard to do.
Yeah, because it's this...
Mac Miller, The Circles, I like that. You could tell it wasn't that see,
are we calling that posthumous if it seemed like he already had that done before he died?
Pop Smoke?
No, posthumous, Mac Miller.
But it was the like little tweaks to it where he didn't have the final say.
Yeah.
That's I'd still call it posthumous, yeah.
Yeah. That's true. I just feel like that was almost in full production by the time he would have done.
I mean, I think all the lyrics and stuff were down. I think it was just the mixing and the little changes.
This is literally, you're grabbing Lucy's from Pop Smoke freestyles. Yeah. And you're trying to merge them into
songs.
The nostalgia element that 50 was trying to go for.
I think it was good though. I think it was good.
I think some of it was obviously offbeat, which is going to happen.
Yeah,
because it's just loose freestyles. It's
I think it's one of them albums
singles that were supposed to come out. They might not even supposed to be on albums. Like but he has 400 more in his hook we hear, so that's good news.
Fucking, it got what 290 streams first week.
Yeah,
so it's crazy.
It's one of the only 5 albums to hit #1 as a posthumous album. That's Tupac, Biggie, X, and Pop Smoke. So that's 4. I think I might be missing one.
That's a good list to be in.
That's a good list. That's a respectable list.
That's some good names to be in there with.
Yeah. I like the features too.
I like the all 10 of Quavo's
I like
features.
the excessive amount of Quavo on it because
Quavo goes off.
Like I said, I think they mesh well.
Yeah, they just mix very well together.
Yeah, it's always going to be Quavo.
The 50 verse was good.
Each other. Yeah. I like Diddy Son's feature. I didn't mind that.
King Combs.
Yeah, King Combs. Yeah, I didn't like that. I know. I like that. Yeah, I like that. I think he might have had the privileges.
Of course.
Yeah, but you know. And then there's that unreleased track that Pusha T.
Pusha T one, man, that's crazy.
Man.
I don't care if you diss anybody on my dead album. Like if I'm dead and you
like someone made a good point that there's people talking about bitches, whores, sluts, and all that stuff.
Yeah. Homophobia. That's a big thing about his.
Yeah, exactly. But
if Pusha wants to diss Drake,
Pusha wants to diss Drake, that's strong.
Whereas and they were saying just because it's a feature, every time Drake has dissed somebody, it was on a feature with somebody. Drake was featuring on someone's album when he's trying to shot to Jay-Z and whatnot.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't.
He made a good point though. That from after that, Drake deaded the beef.
Yeah.
But then Drake
reignited it again.
Subliminally reignited the beef again. Yeah. So and I just don't see the whole point of like you want to dead a beef. Now I get it because
it's on.
There's a lot of stuff getting exposed. He wanted to shut it down. He wanted to pattern that before it got too far. But why bring it up then again? Like, it was very one-sided. Like he went lost.
He went on the barbershop.
You lost, and it's good.
Asked LeBron, did he do okay?
Yeah.
There's not coming back from that.
LeBron's gonna be biased. He's not gonna tell you, you got smoked. Like.
Yeah, it's his dad. But
in reality, he did get smoked. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the.
So, this is off script. But dad keeps texting me about that the Dodgy Box. If anyone knows about Dodgy Box, he said, "Do I want adult content on it or not?"
Say yes, 100%.
Why do I want adult? Why do I want television X on my fucking Digibox?
Just in case, man.
Why do I want television?
Okay,
television
end of the
X?
month, yeah.
He's actually genuinely asked me. The guy's asking, "Do I want adult?" He goes,
"Yeah, so you do
adult content on or off on both sticks."
On. So like, just think
porn
about
is a thing. Like.
Just think about it, okay? End of the month, you've topped up your phone, yeah. You still have your 20-euro credit. Babe Station is on. Your 20 euros is gonna go to waste.
What's credit? What's credit to do with this? What about the Digibox?
I'm saying like you'll have Babe Station on.
Yeah. Oh, ring them, bro. That's another level of nasty.
Bro, people used to do that like
I never actually thought people.
People used to pay to get the little picture put in the bottom. Remember, like Stars TV and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, but it used to be so. Stars TV, but that's the fucking that's the fucking music channel stuff.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying.
Yeah. It has to be super confidential on Babe Station. Like,
thank you, Darren Walsh from Balbriggan. I'm gonna shake my ass now on the Babe Station.
That's nasty. And you pay £8 for it.
Yeah, I love that guy that I used to have a normal conversation with them and tell them about like the impact of Ed Miliband while they're like shaking their ass and all.
That's
like, I think Boris Johnson.
Do you ever get to hear the dude?
Huh?
Do you get to hear the dude on the phone?
No, this is just this guy filmed it.
Oh, of him talking?
Yeah, of him talking. He's like, I'm thinking about having beans on toast today. And she's like,
oh, beans on toast, come north.
Bro, I need to edit that shit. I need to edit that shit.
You fully put
my fingers are so salty.
No, you put your fingers fully in. That's disgusting. That is nasty, bro.
Oh, no. Oh, it's a bad star. Oh,
okay.
Bro, I didn't think when I started the podcast I'd be deep throating my fingers. Like,
no, well, let's just move past it.
But here we are. What do we have next on the list? What do you want to discuss now?
Should we go into the main thing that we're going to talk about?
We have multiple main things.
That's the thing.
We have things that I think Ben would have been useful in, but here we are.
No.
We go Erica Cody and Casper Walsh thing?
Yeah, we can go on that.
Okay, so divulge.
So, if you've been keeping track lately, R&B singer Erica Cody accuses versatile rapper Casper Walsh of harassment. So there's been like mad articles and stuff done it. Erica Cody, a mixed race R&B singer songwriter from Dublin, has accused Casper Walsh, a member of the hip hop duo Versatile, of harassing her at a shopping centre car park.
For context, this isn't the first
Thursday.
time. Yeah.
Okay. So. Yeah. Backstory. Okay. Why did he harass her?
Well, I think we have to play the videos mainly first and just see what goes down. I think the Erica Cody one's a bit long, but I think people can paint a picture of what she's trying to say.
She's very emotional in the video, as she should be.
Yeah.
By my ancestors and so many peoples. It's not okay.
I wouldn't understand it, but I get why she's emotional.
I don't understand why people are downplaying her emotions because they don't think that she has just right to be that sad about something. That's like me. That's like you hitting your leg off a table and me saying that's not sore. I've done it before.
Yeah.
Like why are you upset about that? I've had worse. I'm
gonna break it down into a few things. Like, I think it's very similar to me in the same realm as the. Now, bear in mind, I'm not saying it's the same thing at all, but it's in the same realm of how a girl feels in this Me Too movement. Okay, it's the intangibles of it all. Like, we don't physically see something go down,
then we don't believe it.
Yeah. It's the intangibles. It's like the racism thing. It's like nobody outright called him the N-word, so how's that racist?
Yeah.
Yes, but I felt it was racist. You may have saw the intangibles of it. You didn't see him hit me, you didn't see him being physical, but there was an energy there that made it feel like it was racist for me. There's an energy there that made me feel uncomfortable sexually with this guy, with this counterpart, even though we were both having sex right now.
Yeah,
there's something there you're missing that can't be seen in the naked eye, if you get me, like even forceful stuff. You see where I'm going with it? Or
kinda,
yeah. Like it's just the whole not seeing something, so you're not able to relate to it. You're not able to empathize.
When you're not in that situation, it's hard to understand why you're so emotional about it. Yeah, it's hard to put yourself in them shoes.
Yeah, that's what I think. So that's where I'm coming from. So like we see her discussing first what's happening, and she seems to be visibly emotional about it,
distraught, like
visibly emotional. Like, you know, she's worked up about it, she's angry about it. To be honest, there's a lot of points in the video where she goes a bit off tangent too.
Yeah, but like when you're in that emotional state, you're obviously not going to stick to a fucking script.
No. You're not going to stick to a script either. I agree with her on. Now, let me say. Let me preface this by saying the uncomfortable part of it and the harassment part of it, I do not disagree on.
I think
that's there in the video and can be seen that she's made uncomfortable.
I think because both of us have like a bias against them because we don't fuck with Versatile. But I'm talking about it from an outside perspective.
Yeah,
I can understand.
But this is why we strip away the bias from it, because I think there's a way she could have executed this better.
Yeah,
and I think it was a well of emotions, and she didn't really think of a way in the moment to approach it properly. Yeah. So it was literally you saw her set up the camera from the start of the video. It was I'm gonna set up the camera and I'm just gonna
speak.
I'm gonna just rant about it.
Not think about what I'm gonna say.
And you know, I'm not gonna give myself enough time to formulate what I'm gonna say or be transparent.
I think if she did that, it would make things a lot more clear than what it is now.
And I also thought of the fact that she could have even approached it another way and been like, do you know, these Versatile guys, they're fucking idiots. He's videoing me. Like, this guy's videoing me. Like, you know,
take the upper
make it jestful almost. So people can, you know, conclude to being, why is this guy so fucking weird with her and all? And she's
like, obviously.
But I get she's genuinely obsessed.
In hindsight, it's easier to say that.
Yeah, it's easier to say than do if you have like, she doesn't sound like she has a good relationship with these guys. Like, it sounds like she says in the video, it sounds like something that was, you know, that started from school and went
it's not the first time.
It doesn't seem like she's ever really had a good relationship with these guys. So there must be some underlying proper resentment there, where like, where like she literally, you know. She hates. Have you ever disliked someone so much that like it makes her blood boil? They even go, oh hi, or you know, they take the piss out, or they try to make a joke aimed at you. Where the fuck are you making a joke at me? Why are you doing that? That's how I see it as. Like, she was that upset about it. I just think,
but for him to intentionally go up behind their car and record, like, that can trigger people into their emotional state. Like, I understand that completely.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I've had someone that like, and people are like, it's not even that deep, Dave. Why are you reacting to it like that? I'm like, no, you have to understand. I fucking hate this person. Like, I fucking, and you. That's not something you hear in my mouth come often. Like, I hate this person. So if they do any little minor action they do is gonna set me off, and that's what it seemed like to her. I agree with her though. I feel like it is harassment, and I feel like we need to establish some ground rules to what's harassment. We'll get to that part in a bit. Because I have a take on what I think. I agreed with her 100%. I backed it with her 100%. His side, I said now his side to things, I said it probably did seem jestful to him, or seem like a laugh.
Well, we'll go through his apology video that he did.
His apology video, But no, I literally watched it and I goes, okay, she might have maybe
not overreacted, but
what's the word you use? Exacerbated.
Exacerbated. She exacerbated the whole situation.
The situation slightly, like even the blocking off of the car. It wasn't like a whole block off every corner and intimidation.
No, but I still.
But it made her uncomfortable, and nonetheless, it looked like a bluff to her.
But the fact that we're looking into like how much of a harassment it is, it's still harassment at the end of the day.
Yeah. No, there's no real. So it's if you feel harassed, like that's the ground rules of it. If you feel harassed,
it's a very subjective thing.
Yeah. Like if by that logic, if we could do anything and go, oh,
it wasn't that bad. Someone else has done worse.
It didn't look like it hurt to me. So yeah, me hitting you wasn't harassment. Like it's the same thing. You know what I mean? Like we don't need something.
Like if I slapped you, is that assault?
Yeah. It doesn't it doesn't have to always be physical. You know, the harassment. But what time are we on actually?
Yeah, no, we need to cut it up now.
Okay, so we're back. Let us regroup our thoughts. So we were on the Cassos.
Don't call him that.
What's his name? Casper.
Casper. I'm addressing that dude by his full name. I'm not giving him any sort of name.
Man, you're angry. Okay, go in.
I'm gonna pull up his apology video.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm using the term apology very lightly.
I have a whole take for this.
I'm using it very, very lightly.
Yeah, I'm ready for this. I have a whole take for this.
Obviously, there's blatant mad shit going around about me.
Alright, first and foremost, recording it from a low angle.
Blatant mad shit going around me there.
I mean, at least he's keeping to the stereotype that he has of being someone who's from like the project because they just feed off other people's culture. Let's get that straight.
Yeah.
They impersonate people of lower class because they think that if they pull from the lower class, that's the demographic that they'll have.
I mean, he actually does live in the flats, but
they went to private schools and they didn't have.
Yeah. So I've heard from a source all that shit. Yeah.
Let's get that straight first and foremost.
And I
just like to apologise for my behaviour, Erica. Yesterday, I thought I was being funny by getting my camera out and saying what's up to you.
This is the take I'm ready for. Yeah.
Okay, like
let it play out.
I don't want to seem like we're just against them.
No,
we are kind of.
But I have a societal point on.
So. Fuck Versatile anyway. But first and foremost,
play it out.
It wasn't funny. I'm sorry if you felt intimidated or threatened by my behaviour, but there was really no malicious intent. I didn't try and block a car in, like I didn't try and I wasn't trying to intimidate you. I was just I thought I was being funny, and
Okay, so let's just address that point first. I thought it was being funny.
Something very common in Ireland.
What is the humour in this? The humour is her cowering away in her car. It's the humour of seeing her visibly upset. That's the humour?
I have no idea.
That's good humour, is it?
Yeah. Okay. So, piggybacking off of what Erica said in her video, we honestly... Like, we could pull up a video, but it's the sound of a woman distressed and kind of going off tangent and all. But one thing I was able to withdraw from that was she said, too much stuff in this country gets taken as satire.
And that's the thing.
And I know this whole video is going to get taken as satire when you respond.
How many times in your life has someone done something to you and said, I was only messing. Like,
okay. So, I put up on Instagram yesterday, I said, let me start off by saying I agree with Erica Cody on what she has said, based on the fact that too much stuff in this country gets taken as satire. I also followed that up by saying Irish people don't think they're as funny as what they think they are. Now, let me elaborate on that. A lot of Irish humour is actually very lazy and low-hanging fruit, and you know, some of our humour is mean-spirited. And let me start off by saying I acknowledge that because I'm someone that is ingrained in Irish culture and Irish humour, so I acknowledge that. So even a lot of stuff to me I'd find humorous. Now humorous. But I may have exaggerated on the point, but I said in my Instagram story, I said 95% of stuff I hear in Ireland isn't funny.
No.
Now, that may have been an exaggeration, okay? But where I was mainly coming from was, in everyday Irish society, a lot of stuff we say isn't funny.
But
based on my experience, let me put some context onto that. Personally. Now listen to me loud and clear. Personally, so don't take this as
I feel like this is, it's a deep rooted issue where in Irish culture where we don't take things serious. Whereas, like, if you take something serious, you're called no crack. Oh, you're a dry shy.
Yeah,
like it's a deep-rooted issue.
How many times have I had something in my life said to me, and and listen, you know me, I'm not a sensitive person. You know, like I can take a joke on the chin.
Yeah.
I've had shit down the ears to me said that's genuinely mean spirited.
Yeah,
and then it's followed up by, oh, I was only having a laugh. Okay, but where is the joke in that? I'm not saying where's the joke in it as, oh, I'm upset, so I didn't find it funny. No, I'm asking genuinely to you, if you said the joke and the table got awkwardly quiet, I didn't laugh, he didn't laugh, she didn't laugh, where's the I was having a laugh then?
Do you think he would have done this if this was a man who was talking about him? Do you think he would have pulled up like that? If it wasn't just a helpless girl in the car?
I do genuinely think he probably picks his battles. Like,
I think if that was someone, say a well-known person, a grown-ass man.
Well, I mean, Neil has been calling him out.
Yeah, but do you think that he'd pull up to him, pull up with his phone behind?
No, Neil, what's the story? Yeah,
do you think someone would do that?
No, he picked his battles.
I don't think he would.
He picked his battles because he's familiar with Erica.
Yeah,
based in school and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so it's probably just like, I never took this girl serious in school. I won't take her serious when she's an established artist, and like she's a figure in Ireland.
Yeah.
You know, that a lot of like young women look up to. But to Versatile, it's still on me. Oh, that's Erica from school. So I think they picked the rattles. I think they just saw it as like, oh, that's only Erica from school. Erica, what's the story? You know, like I don't think it was deeper than that. I think it was just they haven't taken her serious previously. But what I was saying, just to stick on that part, so I have this take that us as a country, we're not as funny as we think, and this is everyday societal. So personally, keep that in mind. Every day, Jesus, I need to turn off the notifications on my thing. So everyday stuff like the jokes you hear out on the street in town, or let me just say too. Junkies in Ireland, they're carrying Irish humour on their backs, man.
But like, just a side issue. Even I'm trying to like do it myself. I don't really like using the word junkie to describe someone like that.
Yeah,
that's just my own personal thing.
Yeah, well,
I just think it's a very demeaning thing to call them. Like,
yeah, fair enough. Yeah,
that's just something that I've picked up myself, where like, I'm trying to make myself a better person in a sense.
Yeah.
Whereas like I feel like it's a derogatory thing.
Yeah,
anyway,
well,
okay.
yeah, no.
Yes, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah. Junkies was offensive. I apologise. Yeah, but what I was saying was, okay, what, you know,
their energy.
You get them. Yeah, their energy. Yeah, that's the word for it. That's the word for it. So their energy. That's sort of energy you get from them. I think they're carrying, like, the Glasgow Celtic video and all. I think they're carrying that. That's the sort of humour that's getting carried right now with Irish humour. I think overall, like, you know, other stuff, I don't know, I just don't find it, it's me personally, I just don't find it funny. But I've asked tourists before, because I, like, for context, it's based on my experience. I've worked in a lot of places. So I've worked in bars, and I was honestly trolling when I made this comment on my Instagram. But like, I had a few people that weren't too happy. It's like, what do you mean Ireland's not funny? It's like, no, I didn't say Ireland's not funny. I said Ireland isn't as funny as what we think. And based on personal experience, I don't find from time to time I laugh at that much Irish humour. Yeah, it's kind of just like, oh, well, that was a bit shit. You know what I mean? But I said to him,
I agree with you, definitely.
I supported by saying, if you were to make a sitcom based in Ireland, where would you base it? And he was obviously pissed off. So Ireland, obviously. I was like, no, you're not listening to the argument. Where would you base it in Ireland?
That's the thing, though, because like, if you want a larger demographic, it's probably more relatable to do like
Mrs. Brown's Boys style.
You'd have to do it like Father
Irish slapstick comedy.
It'd be like Father
Where'd you base it? Yeah, you'd either base it before maybe religion was scrutinised as much. You'd base it in a church, or for me, you'd base it in a pub. Yeah,
which Father Ted really did well for both of them.
Yeah, so let me go by saying, okay, I worked in the service industry for about 5 years, 5 or 6 years. I worked in a few bars. There was funny characters you could take from it, like just funny there was funny enough characters you could take from a pub, mainly friendly characters, you know, characters you go back to. I didn't often see funny stuff happening in a bar at all.
well, the funny stuff that people in the bars that I've worked in thought was funny was like being misogynistic, being homophobic, being racist. That's the type of humor that I've come across.
Like, but I'm breaking down offensive versus like we're taking offensive out of contention.
Like jokes.
Yeah.
It's very lackluster. Very lackluster.
Yeah, no, it's not funny. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
and I think that's
like I'm taking away the offensive element because, like, before we say it's offensive, I want to break down and like compartmentalize like what part of the joke was funny. Tell me where the punchline was. Like, I went into a
but we need to look at what is their demographic. The demographic is 14 to maybe 17-year-old inner city Dublin people.
Yeah.
And like, this is not like a whole demeaning thing, but I'm saying like people that age group, like where we live, we know people. We know people who fuck with them. Yeah. That's the thing. But you can understand what that humor is that they have. They have a different humor than me and you. Whereas, like, if I tried to show someone like a Dave Chappelle stand-up, they wouldn't find it that funny. Yeah. Whereas, like, to me, I find his stand-up very funny.
Yeah. So I'm on about like everyday, like, societal humor. Like I have a few stories I could take from this. I've been around my family table where family have said mean spirit stuff and said they're only messing. Like, I didn't see the joke in it. And I'm going to be honest, in that moment I was offended. But then I kind of like, I sit there and I analyse it and I'm like, but there literally wasn't any...
There was no funny part.
There's no witty thing in it. Like, oh, you look like shit. Like, you know, or you look like that. It's like, or you put on
like
weight.
Someone goes,
like, I'm only having a laugh at you.
Geez,
like,
you're being a bit bitch today, aren't you?
Yeah. And I'm a bit like, yeah, but I was only messing. I was like, okay, but where's the punch? Like... Now I'm not saying I'm Mr. fucking comedian over here.
Or you're being a big dry shot.
Yeah, I'm not Dave Shit. And let's support it, boy. Me and you were influenced a lot off
American culture.
Yeah, we're influenced off a lot of other cultures. We're influenced off of UK culture and American culture. So we might be coming from a place of personal bias towards like that sort of culture, because that's the culture where we half our jokes probably are from that culture, where we got our wittiness and our banter's probably from that culture. That's how me and you. Yeah. That's our inside joke language, like based off stuff like that. So maybe we're not the.
But like even a lot of us now. Vine, TikTok, all that's American culture that we've been fed through younger Disney Channel, Cartoon Network. It's all been. That's the type of humor that we've grown up on.
But I'm trying to say we're not the officiates of what's funny in this country.
That's true. We're not the judge. We're not the funny police.
Yeah. But I have two. What's the other story? I have two stories for you. Okay, so I was working in a pub a few years ago. I had a couple coming over to me, and like it wasn't even like it was a combination of ignorant jokes and just stuff that wasn't fucking funny, man. It was just shit that wasn't fucking funny. They just like, on the bar tab, is it? Like, oh yeah, that fucking. I was like, I know the barman. Yeah, I know the owner. Actually, you're gonna give me that for free? And they'll just say stupid shit like, I don't think you can understand us. And so I kept quiet for the whole thing, because it's like I might play off this whole they think I don't get it the whole time, and then every single thing with it's just messing with you. Yeah. But you know how patronising that is to me. It's like it's just messing with you. You don't understand it, like, you know. And it's like and wait for it. Here's where my punchline comes in. Like, you wouldn't understand it. You wouldn't get it and all. They're saying this for about 5 minutes. So probably by the last time they say it, they go, it's only Irish humour. I turn around to them and says, I know, I'm Irish. And it just dropped their. I think it was this whole realisation that we fucking thought this was just some Brazilian, African, we don't know ethnicities, we just thought it was some kid that, but it's the fact, I think it hit them that I opened my mouth, I had an Irish accent, but they also would have known that I was wired to Irish humour. I didn't laugh at a single thing they said. So I countered their whole it's Irish humour by saying I'm Irish, I don't find it funny. I do, and I laugh at a lot of Irish shit, but I don't find it funny. And then there's another example. I'm gonna call out do you know the weed shop in Talbot Street where you buy bongs or you do whatever you buy? Don't go to that shop. That fella's an arsehole. Really? The fella in there is a fat arsehole. Really? Like I went in there before like that, and he's been an arsehole in there before. And
jeez, man, you got really heated about that.
No, because I like we need to really differentiate what's funny and what's not. And like it's probably me looking at it from other experiences, looking at it from another lens rather than looking at people who are offended. Like we have to we can acknowledge that we're like we have our humor satirical and it's me in spirit, we can acknowledge that. But let's not go on like we're the funniest fucking country in the world.
No.
Because there's much funnier cultures. Any Kurdistan guy I know is funny as fuck.
True.
Any Kurdistan fella I know is funny as fuck. Any Ghanaian guy I know is funny as fuck.
Yeah.
Any Angolan guy I know is funny as fuck. And Zambian humor is fucking hilarious. But that's French humor is funny.
But you say that, yeah.
Yeah. They're contrasting,
but that's your bias.
Yes, that's my bias. Yeah, like, let me keep in mind, personally. Yeah, that's my bias.
Let's keep that, because there is a lot of people who don't find Irish culture very funny.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Do you not think that you're degrading what Irish humour is because you're kind of like fantasizing about other countries' cultures and their humour?
Oh, I'm comparing.
But like, if you were an outsider and you saw Irish, that's the way I'm looking at it, is where I don't see how an outsider can find Irish humour funny. I don't think it's only funny when you're Irish. That's the thing. That's
the whole point I'm trying to get across.
American culture is funny to Irish people. American culture is funny to Indian people. Irish culture is not funny to American people. Irish culture is not funny.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to. Yeah.
So my next one was gonna be the whole tourist analysis of it. I've talked to a lot of tourists. Like I said, I only know this stuff, and I'm only able to try condemn it this way based off experiences I've taken from it. So, like, I've worked in several bars. I work in a retail store in Dublin. Like, so I'm able to tell you, I talk to people of multiple cultures. Like, I talk to Brazilians. I talk to, like, you know, Hondurans. Like, I talk to Venezuelans. Like, I talk to multiple people that are even still trying to learn the language in this country. Spanish, any culture, you know, Argentine. A lot of them don't get this humor. No. And I get that there's the factors of like language barrier, because I just said they might not understand it. But then the ones that even learn English and they gain an understanding of English, like, I still don't really get the humor. But like, as quick as the grasp onto French humor and UK humor and American humor.
The only way I can rebuttal that is when I did move over for a couple of months to Thailand. Yeah. I didn't get their jokes. I didn't understand what they were saying. I didn't find them funny.
But was that from the fact of pure language barrier? Do you think if you knew what they're saying, you find it funny?
Or? No, because like even when it's been explained to me, I'm like, okay, I don't know. That might just be me being a dry shot.
Yeah, like, maybe it's just this whole barrier of understanding humor, and I'm not getting that. And
that's the thing, because I don't think we're really involved with that type of culture and that type of like lads being lads. Yeah, so
it's just something I'm basically using to support my own answer.
But that's the thing. Like, I'm using that as like, because I consider us progressive enough people. So I would say that humor is very below us. And that's me looking at it from like, that is below what I am.
Well, I think we're progressive people, and I just think we're people that, like, I don't know, we look for wittier stuff. Like I said, going off of we've grown up on Dave Chappelle, Bill Burr, Andrew Schultz. Now Andrew Schultz is another one that's going to be great. Like, we've grown up off them comedians. Like, we listen to podcasts that are basically made by comedians, and we look at it, but we've grown up on skits and we've grown up on everything else. Our humor may not appeal to Irish people either, and a lot of Irish people would agree with what we're saying, disagree with what we're saying, but they can't disagree with the fact that we're not the funniest country in the world that we think we are. Like, this jolly funny, you know, we don't take ourselves too serious country, because we do. When it comes to different stuff, we take ourselves serious. Very serious, Like, there's no mental joke allowed.
Only for in that.
In Irish culture, there's no mental joke allowed.
If you're in the clique, I think it's accessible, but to an extent.
But have you ever heard someone joke, oh yeah, him there, he wanted to fucking off himself? You never hear that joke. So in the land of we don't take ourselves too serious, there is ground rules.
Like, religion is
you can't joke Catholicism. You can't joke mental health. So ideally, how are you supposed to joke another person's
subjective humor? Subjective humor.
How are you supposed to subjective humor? Like I said, how are you supposed to judge another person's ethnicity or another person's culture? I walked back to what I was on about, fat arsehole that owns the weed shop. Fat arsehole that owns the weed shop. Walk in. There's an Indian. That's me. I should be aggressive. I was assuming he's Indian or Pakistani myself. So I went in. It was the only shop that's open. I don't go into this place because even though the guy's a dickhead, so I don't go into this. I went in to go get skins one time, and he was very standoffish. So I was like, "Fuck him, probably racist." My confirmation of the racism comes now. So I went in because of Corona, everything closes early. So I went in to get a bar. Long story short, so I went in, and the guy is contemplating whether he wants to get a bong. This assuming Indian Pakistani dude. And he walks in, and the fella like seems like he's a bit drunk, and he owns this fucking shop. And he's like, why don't you fucking just buy the fucking bong? Would you, like, you don't treat yourself and all. Keep in mind, I look at this bong. This bong's 40 quid. Now, you want to buy a bong for 40 quid?
Fucking plastic one or something.
Yeah, a plastic bong, not even proper bongs. We're probably not licensed to sell proper bongs because we live in fucking Ireland where weed isn't legal. So this guy is like, I don't know. Like, I don't really know if I want to buy a €40 bong. He's like, would you not fucking treat yourself? Like, use law, don't treat yourself and all. Like, use law. Like, come on, use law. You know, it's coming off passive aggressive that you're trying to sell this guy one of your goods.
Trying to upcharge him.
Upcharge him. You know, get it, and he doesn't want to buy it. So you sound like you're coming from a place of frustration. So he walks off, and he's like, he reacts then. He goes, use typical Paki Indians. You don't want to fork out on anything. I was right there for it, and I just looked unimpressed. So I'm just like, man, why'd you have to make him feel shit? Because maybe he like has a minimum wage job here, and he's not like
that. Again, just a sidebar on your sidebar.
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of Irish humour is very reactionary, and once someone says something, they look around to people around them to see if they're laughing, and if other people aren't laughing, then it goes quiet.
Sidebar to your sidebar. A lot of people in Ireland laughing in any way. Sidebar
to your sidebar.
Yeah,
people only do it because it's not funny, but because it will create awkwardness, and then
they want to avoid awkwardness, and they want to.
I've been in situations where I've been around lads, and they're joking.
No, I think we should normalise saying, "Oh no, that one didn't land." And our friendship, if I said some ignorant shit.
But even being in a taxi, I've been in taxis where you'd see a foreign taxi driver, and then you'd be in a taxi driver with a white taxi driver, and they'd be like, these fucking lads, like, they do fucking it, they're just always on their arse, aren't they?
And they go,
they do a little look back.
Yeah, they do a little look back to see if you laughed. No, I'm not laughing, fam. Like,
I put my headphones in.
It's not funny.
No.
So it ends with me looking unimpressed. I am doing everything I can to give this guy this energy that, no, I'm not impressed, and to be honest, I want to fucking scuff you right now. For saying that to a guy that probably can't afford it, you know, is probably trying to make ends meet in this country.
Well, that again is being judgmental from an outside experience.
Yeah. But I know a lot of Indians, so I know a lot of Indians are in that situation. Pakistanis again.
Well, a lot of my students.
I go NCI.
Yeah.
So it's like, so he sensed that. I was so glad because I made sure to give everything off to be like, the only thing I didn't do was straight up say I wasn't impressed with that joke. I thought it was bad.
And I think that's an issue, and that relates to a lot of other things, even like when we say microaggressions and racism and sexism, we don't address it.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. Microaggression in this country is I was having a laugh, and that's literally what this fucking guy said to me. He said, I'm having a laugh. Where's the fucking joke? That's a microaggression. And that's what we're trying to educate people on in this country. Like, it's not microaggression. Like, microaggressions, it doesn't have to be straight up I said the M-word. It could be I said something ignorant, and now I can dilute it by going I had a laugh. There's no fucking laugh. It's not funny. It's not. I'm sorry. It's not fucking funny. Like, it's not funny. That's what I'm trying to say. People are against it. You know, like, my experience is I've had now the point I'm trying to get to. The point I've been dancing around is I've had racist shit said to me, and it's been played off by I was having a laugh. Now, if I react bad to it, then I'm the bad guy now. Why is he being so fucking sensitive?
The fact that he gaslighted her. Addressing our original point, Casper gaslighted Erica to make her be the emotionally unstable girl in this situation. Again, we can do that as men, and it's so easy to do that as men. We can say, "Why? Oh, is she on a rag? Is she?"
Yeah. It's dismissive because, like, I didn't want to even try sound dismissive when I was saying that. And like, what I done was I had conversations with multiple people. To get a conclusion, just to
get like a wide,
just to see see if I'm not losing it, because I was hesitant on
and from different people of different humours and
it's the same thing. I wanted different
sample size.
I wanted sample size. I wanted different opinions on the Erica Cody thing. A lot of people said, and black people, by the way, said it. They said she could have went about a different way, and one guy said, she should have been a bit more transparent about it. Like, she doesn't have
Which I'm not arguing against.
She doesn't have to grab black empathy anymore. which is another angle I looked at from. Like it seems like someone that does want to grab that black empathy. She doesn't have to like reach for. I don't say like reach like she's trying to reach. Like I know she's coming from a place one. I need to understand that these guys are racist. We need to deplatform these guys. I feel like she's at a position now where she doesn't have to do that anymore. She doesn't have to like get that racial sympathy there and get that like black empathy there. Because let me say, we do empathize with you. Let me start off with that. We do empathize with you. We do know these guys are racist. We're trying everything we can to deplatform.
I feel like they should have been deplatformed a long time ago.
And they're getting phased out gradually. Trust me, they're getting phased out.
Well, they lost their Snoop Dogg thing, didn't they?
Yeah. No, so they're getting phased out. Yeah. So I think she came from a place of being frustrated and going, why are people still even supporting these guys? And that's what everyone else.
And that's very understandable.
Yeah, and that's very understandable. And that's what other people grab from it, saying if you still support her, like you're part of the problem too. And like that's why I saw it too. Like everyone else shared that.
It is tiring to see that they still have a platform.
Yeah,
they still have people following them, reposting their stuff.
Yeah,
and excited for the music. It is frustrating to see that because you know that they're bad people.
It is frustrating to see that. I just don't want it to come off as if it's like this constant, oh, they've done this now, so we should deplatform it. Like I don't want it to come off like that. Should like, okay, so let me look at this at the lens of someone that's like, oh, Erica Cody's a fucking lunatic right now. This is me looking at from this lens, right? From what it looks like to them, it looks like she's coming up with like multiple ploys to try to deplatform this. Yeah. I don't want it to look that way.
That's the reason why she's doing that.
Yeah.
Because there's a deeper rooted issue than that.
Yeah, there's a deeper rooted issue. Like, you know what I mean? There's personal stuff. Like I said, I can't determine what it is or understand what it is.
I think it's unfair if we did discuss her personal issues.
You don't want it to look like, because I want to remain central on it too. Bear in mind the fact I am on Erica's side on it. I want to look at it from a central lens too. That I can't look like she is going to keep making these ploys to like deplatform them. Let me tell you this right now, if you ever come across watching this, if Eric ever did watch this or anyone else is watching this, I don't want it to be taken the wrong way. Like I said, we are trying to deplatform these guys.
But the thing is, we have friends who still fuck with these dudes.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to lose a friendship over them liking these people, but
yeah,
I'm looking at you a little bit funny if you have these dudes blasting your headphones every day.
If you still have these dudes blasting their headphones. Like, the amount of guys that, oh, man.
And don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
There is Irish artists out there that are 10 times better than these dudes, but don't get half of the recognition at all.
Yeah.
Like, Irish music is not in a bad state at the moment, but I'm saying these guys being the poster boys of this movement, that doesn't fly right with me.
No, then they shouldn't be the poster boys of this movement. That's where I think a lot of people's like frustrations came from. But yeah, man, that was intense. That was intense, man. That was intense. I'm just like, I was listening to her thing. And I was like, okay, she's going off tangent. She's going off, and then it hit me. She's like, everything in this country, I've been someone that's went through this so much where everything in this country is going to get taken as satire. This video is going to get taken as satire. The second this guy says he's just having a laugh. The second he says he's just having a laugh. And that's the culture we're so ingrained in now, where everything can just be, oh, I'm just having a laugh. Well, like,
but like, even seeing
she didn't take it as a laugh. Like whether we see it as being something minor or whatever, like, she didn't take it as a laugh. So
like, even seeing the comments of people supporting him underneath his apology, man.
You can support and go, alright, it's valid.
No, but I have one here saying he's apologised, so everyone just needs to let it go and get a grip on reality. Some of the pubs are back open. Go on out and get yourself a drink and relax.
But this
to diminish a woman feeling threatened and harassed,
but did that
to
whole
say
comment,
go out and have a drink.
Did that whole comment for you not just sum up Irish culture?
That's what I'm saying.
Let's just move on from have a laugh and have a drink. No. Some things need to be confronted and some things need to be pulled up, and Irish people need to establish that wasn't a laugh, because let me tell you, pal, you weren't fucking funny.
No,
I didn't fucking laugh.
Not at all.
You could go to any country right now and tell that and deliver and tell that same so-called joke in the same delivery. Nobody's laughing at you.
No,
and that's something that like is in Irish culture a lot. Like, the consensus is that we're funny, we're this happy, lovable country that we can say anything to any person of any ethnicity or any race and they're gonna find it funny because they're like, they're Irish, like, you know what I mean? Get the fuck out of here, man. Like, that's not the case, you know. So Yeah, jeez.
We went off there.
That was intense, yeah.
Is there anything more lighthearted that we have to discuss?
Well, I had I had one where I felt like we should have discussed it with Ben about the whole Nigerian parents thing.
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah. Well, to give a bit of context.
Are we doing it now?
Yeah, we could just do a little small bit on it, yeah.
Yeah, we could do it now. So,
yeah.
To give a bit of context, this page called Instablog Niger, with an I and a ja, by the way, put up this video. It's captioned, "Boy destroys his mum's property following a disagreement." And from the video you can see that he's basically just pouring whatever, like, you know, whatever he can grab in the press and just pouring it down on a thing. It does look like an episode. It doesn't look like it's anything that'll escalate into it's not like he's a danger, or it could be physical, or, you know. But what we gather from this is it's an unstable young guy, and the way it's been delivered on this is that, like, the mother's trying to work towards calming him down, and he's just having this episode, and he's, you know, oblivious to it. So they posted this just with that. They didn't give any more context to it. And the comment section basically consisted, for context too, he's Nigerian, so his parents are Nigerian. And the comments consisted of Nigerian people saying he should get flogged, he should get whipped for doing all this shit. Like, in Nigeria, this is a serious offense and all, and he should get punished. Now, what the media blog page did do was they gave an update with more context to it, which they should have done in the fucking first place, by the way.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we wouldn't be in a situation where this boy has to read comments about people saying he deserves to get
after
flogged,
going through such an emotion.
or get severe punishment. So they said update: the mum allegedly beats him and puts pepper in his eyes, and he's been in and out of foster care, and she reportedly refused to give this all came from the fact that he was trying to get Susie grant. It's that time of the year again where everyone is trying to get their Susie grant during summer.
Yeah.
He needed documentation for it to apply for the grants, given the fact he was in college, and
let it be known that to get all that paperwork is actually, it's a lot of work. Like,
yeah, it's a hard, and it involves collaboration with your parents too, to help you out with it. To be honest, like, we like to all think we get it, but yeah, that's another story. So yeah, she reportedly refused to give him documentation he needed to apply for the grant. He's a student, he's going to school, he needs accommodation. He wants to be as far away from a fucking house where a woman puts pepper in his eyes.
Of course.
Which I'd agree on, you know. And this video was allegedly recorded after the mum beat him up.
Yeah.
So we have more context to this, and my approach to it was I wanted to discuss African parenting for me.
Obviously I can't relate to that too much.
I can't relate to it, so I don't know. It's something I want to discuss briefly.
But I think, like, even on a broader scale, like, parents understanding their children's, like, mental state is important. Like, in a very broad scale.
But let me tell you, it's something that's not as synonymous as it should be in Africa, because I think the whole mental health thing is something that just isn't established enough in certain countries in Africa. I think in Africa people are getting progressive, but there is these proper, we call them in the village parents that don't understand it yet. They haven't familiarized themselves with mental health and stuff as much as we have in this country. So it's kind of like, oh, he has mental health issues. What's mental health? Or it's flipped on you, like it's your fault.
Yeah.
Like there was a sequence of events and bad decisions and bad actions that led to your mental health, and it's not like factors about what environment you're in your house every single day or what traumas you've been to that contribute to your mental health.
That's like, another thing though, where it's like, even with my friends I discuss, like, where they know that they've went through trauma in their life, but they find it hard to open up and discuss about it, because it's always been in their household, it's always been diminished about what they went through. Yeah. Whereas like with friends who lived in Africa, and whereas like they went through like civil wars and stuff like that. But that does give you trauma. Like, we can laugh and joke about it. Saying,
it does give you trauma, and I think they like struggle to understand that, and there is this whole unspoken rule about the fact that African parents should be are in our Western society. African parents need to be held on a higher level of respect than even a normal white household or whatever. and that's I mean off the fact that like they brought us into this country, they migrated to this country, they sacrificed stuff. Like realistically, for example, I wouldn't be here if my mom didn't, you know, emigrate to Europe and move from England to Ireland. So
you obviously need to give a level of respect.
So that's just the African culture that we need to respect the parents for. But
do you feel indebted to your mom for doing that? Like, do you feel indebted that, not that you owe her something, but that like she holds something over you because of that?
No, I don't think it should be looked at as she holds something over me, because from when I've gotten here, or what you said, from when I've gotten here, I've built my own. Yeah, I've built my own path. Then when I got in my more formative years, then like from when I was a teenager, like I made decisions myself, or I made decisions now, even as a 20. Like, but let's keep in mind, if she didn't make that decision, I wouldn't be here. But or I wouldn't have the privileges I have. So that's why it's like I need to hold my mom on a higher level of respect. Yeah, and that's not me. That's not me like bringing down white parents or anything like that. I'm just on about culturally. We've been raised to respect African parents because of like sacrifice they made to us. But you could go to Africa too, and it's just tradition in Africa to highly respect your parents, and there's no way to disrespect your parents.
I think elders in general are kind of more respected.
It's like the way by default you have to respect elders. You can't say to an elder, "Fuck off, old man." You know what I mean?
if you're saying that to an old man,
fuck off, old man. You know what I mean? Like you can't say to your African mother, "Fuck off." Yeah. Oh no, it doesn't go down well. It doesn't go down well. If you get a beat for that, you did. I've said fuck in front. I haven't said it directly to my mom. I've literally said fuck off to my mom ever. Oh, I remember that time I said the F word though. Oh, I got beaten. I got hands thrown. But yeah, it's always been African parents it's always been their constructive way of trying to raise you right, and it's sometimes been their idea of a punishment, like you get hit or you get I'm like to distract me a little bit.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to find the right one.
Or you get hit, or you get like not beaten, but you get hit as a form of this is the consequence, and like in retrospect, like I understand that now, because it's kind of taught me to be respectful and not go out of boundaries and do stuff like that. I didn't get hit by any of that. I just got hands thrown at me sometimes. My mom didn't believe in any of that. My mom is the Karen of African mums.
But do you think
my mom is like westernized? Like my mom has an English accent and everything. She's been ingrained in the culture for a long time.
She just tried that would go speak to the manager as well.
Yeah, she's a Karen of African mothers. Like she wouldn't go to that. Like she wouldn't go to that scale of she strategizes how she's gonna punish you. Yeah, it's emotional. Yeah, it'll come from an emotional place.
Do you think that it's still like okay in society for people to hit their children?
I mean, it depends. Like, I think. Let me start off with the parents thing. Okay, so the whole rule of being a parent is, I think the concept of being a parent to me is you apply principles and experiences you've gathered over the years, and you basically, for me, you transfer them onto your child. So this whole thing of perpetual parenting, where whatever way you teach your child, like if a child hears their parent calling a black person, I'm just going off example of when I've been called a monkey by a child on the street, I've been called whatever, I haven't been like, oh, I want to give out to that child. I need to go, I want to knock on the door and give out to their parents. Because where have they gotten that from? Like it's a combination of principles and other stuff down the years that have been, perpetually put onto the child. I agree on that
in a part, but I don't agree entirely. Whereas I think there's a lot that we can do as individuals that is not my parents' fault, like for any sake.
Oh yeah, that's, to me, that's just gone. You've either, like, for me, that's like almost like you've either gone off not gone off the rails or rebelled by your parents, but you've just you've gained an understanding early, and you've went, right, I want to go a different way to my parents. Yeah. But a lot of kids have feeble enough minds.
Oh yeah, and they're just gonna
they're just gonna they're impressionable, and they're just gonna be like, that's where I get that off my kids. So I think, let me start off by saying, that's what that's what parenting is. Parenting is integral to how you raise your kid, because it's principles you have that they're gonna have. So if you're a shit person, your child's gonna most likely be a shit person, or if you're a polite person, your child's gonna be most likely a polite person. So I think what parents try to do, what African parents try to do in particular, is enforce that so much, so that the kids understand the line of respect, and they understand the line of gratitude that they need to carry in their life with their parents and with other people around them, like respect with other people. But that's why I think the whole thing is respect your African parents, because their idea of, if you can't respect your African mother, who are you going to respect in this world? You know,
that's where it starts from. That's where
it starts from respecting your African mother. So if you tell your mother to fuck off, there's no man in this world you won't tell to fuck off, and eventually that's going to land you in trouble. So I get the whole aspect of being physical with your child, because like I get from one spectrum that being physical with your child is giving your child an understanding early that with actions sometimes is physical consequences. Like you say something to someone, you're gonna get the shit slapped out of you in some cases. So,
but I don't think in a lot of ways that's the best way to deal with things.
No, I wouldn't do it. Let me say that's me looking from a lens of why some parents would do it. I disagree with it, because I think if you hit your child so much, you've conditioned your child into that's the only way abiding by something if they get hit. And
it's not always the safest thing to do.
That's gonna be rough. Like it's I believe in I read that book. I read a book by Jordan Peterson, and it was like, you should from when your child is early formative, like forming their brain and, you know, trying to gain understanding, you should from an early age talk to your child like an adult. That allows that gives them an almost adult like understanding of what message you're trying to get across, and that's almost more effective than hitting your child. So overall, my opinion on like hitting a child is conflicted, because I'd never do it. But I get a place of why parents have done it before, why my parents, like I said, my parents, if they've ever hit me, it's been out of emotion. It's not a principle that's down, I should slap my child. It should be like, don't do that, like, you know, what are you doing? You know what I mean? It's been a bit like that. I think it's been a place from emotion. I find it a bit weird personally.
I see like what happens like in supermarkets and stuff like that, like when a kid is shouting and their parents' first reaction is to give them a slap. I find it very weird.
No,
you can do better parenting than slapping your kid just because they were screaming in a supermarket.
I think the better approach is to let the child throw a tantrum till they tire out. They go, okay, you're not getting your way till you stop doing this. You're not getting your way till you stop doing this. You're not getting your way till you stop doing this. You're not getting your way to stop doing this. And then that's when they learn there's rewards to them patterning up.
Because a lot of kids get what they want as well.
Avoiding punishment. There should be incentive there rather than avoiding a punishment. Not to compare, but the analogy for me, it's a bit like dogs. Like dogs are conditioned to, there's an incentive if they obey something rather than avoiding a punishment. Because if you avoid a punishment, then you don't want to do something morally right.
It's already a negative. It's already a negative offset when if you're avoiding the punishment, just do something.
Because the whole idea of avoiding the punishment is you're so used to the punishment being severe, they're like, fuck, I don't want that punishment anymore. The second that shit stops hurting. Bro, it's like free roam on GTA. You can just do whatever the fuck you want. You get the cheat codes on. You can't feel that slap anymore. That slap's numb. Like you're doing whatever the fuck you want from that day on. Like so, I think it should be conditioned that there's reward and there's good effects to being a morally right person, and that's where I think parenting should come from. Now back to the African parenting. I think the idea of African parenting gets a bit warped because I think it gets a bit warped when African parents strategize this cruel way of punishing their kids, like pepper to the eyes. Like, come on, man. Or strategizing what you're going to hit them with.
That's not even like a parenting thing.
Or knowing what sort of object hits someone harder than a belt, or you know, or having a switch. Like, you know, the switch is what they call like a stick or whatever. Like, you know,
just having one of them on deck.
For one thing, it's not effective. And for another thing, like, it's just cruel. You know what I mean? And like I said, my heart goes out to this guy, and like
I hope he gets the help that he needs.
I think he got support. Like he put some up. My sister sent it to me actually. So he said, firstly, I'd like to begin by saying thank you for everyone who has shown love to me. I was very shocked to find out that my personal business was so publicly displayed.
Yeah, which I think
and let me say by saying this, right? I'll finish this and I'll say publicly displayed, and that the narrative was twisted and changed to portray me as a bad guy. So the one rule of having African parents is you don't go airing out what your African parent does to you. You don't go like I can't.
Well, let's address that. It wasn't him who recorded it. It was someone else.
Yeah, because for one, I can't air it out. I can't air out my grievances to my white friend because my white friend doesn't understand it.
Yeah.
My white friend would go, "Oh, bro, that's fucking abuse, man."
Yeah, my mom wouldn't do that.
I can explain it to you because you get Irish. You get. I still have Irish culture in my head.
Yeah.
You get African culture. Like you understand. You have several mates that probably approaching. Like, yeah, my mom hit me or whatever. Like you know what I mean. But
no, but I've grown up seeing them do that to them.
Yeah, you can't air your grievances to a white person that does on it. You can't air your grievances to anybody because that's the other rule of it. Like you have to understand that's like. For not for this weird parent, for some African parents, it's just I'm just trying to teach it. That's all. This is my control. This is the only way I know. So that's what I'm saying. It's me perpetuating the same teachings onto you because that's the only way I learned and that's the only way I became. Because let's start. A lot of African parents are great people, man. Yeah, but think of like how successful some African children are. That's from being raised on a good foundation.
A lot of the people who I know who are the hardest workers.
Yeah.
You can see that the parents have instilled that into them.
So it comes from a good place. I'm just trying to teach you.
Yeah.
So I don't really like.
And I can understand the frustration from the parents as well.
Yeah. And it's like, so I don't like when you go out and you air your grievances about how I punish you. Or my system of parenting because it works, and whether you want to do it or not with your children, it's your choice. But this is just what I know.
Yeah,
this to me isn't parenting.
No,
this is fucking weird. No. And like for me, like when you video your child and send it to a Insta blog, you're opening another can of fucking worms.
We don't know what way it was sent. The video got sent.
Well,
is it guaranteed?
Well, I got the Instablog, so
but is it the parent who did that? Could have been an uncle. Or
well, let me give you context. This Instablog Niger is a Nigerian blog, so the parent would have sent this to the child. The parent would have sent this to the blog.
Yeah,
trying to get a reaction and trying to garner support from other Nigerian parents. Like, oh, this is bad.
Yeah.
He needs to get hit. Someone actually sent a video and goes, "This is how he should be punished," and it was these guys just going to town on some guy's back with a whip.
Yeah.
And like. That's what she was. That's the attention she was trying to get. She was trying to like reiterate to her son how disrespectful it was for him to trash up the house.
Yeah.
Even though he was having an episode.
Yeah.
And I just think that's fucking weird. Like, I mean, that's what I gathered from it anyway.
Yeah.
But I just think you're opening a whole can of worms if you video it, because then you're giving a child the license to explain his side.
Yeah.
And that's where all like
if that video never existed, we wouldn't know.
Yeah, we wouldn't know. It's good we know, but you fucked yourself because now we know that you're putting pepper in his eyes, you've abused him.
Yeah.
By the way, I got more context to this. There's been several social services incidents with this woman and her allegedly, because I've gotten sources, so it's always going to be alleged because I didn't hear from the woman's mouth that happened, so I don't know the woman, I don't even know the fella in this, but like from what I heard is there's been several social services incidents, so this is something that wouldn't have emerged on the social media.
Yeah.
That's what I gathered from that overall. I would have liked like other people's input or Ben's input or whatever to support that, because the thing is every way of African parenting is different too. Like my way would have been a combination of Zambian and more westernized style of parenting, where my mom literally had my dad, who was Irish, there too, so she got a combination of
the two.
That's the thing too, because my dad was raised from a family where you got a clipping if you weren't right. So that's what I'm saying. It was an amalgamation of Irish parenting and African parenting. But like mine would be different to like even pure African parenting or African parenting from a different country. Yeah. So it's hard for me to determine. I can only speak from my own experience of it. So that's mainly it. I'd say that's mainly that part. Yeah. So
we don't really have much else to.
No.
But we want to give acknowledgement to some of the sadder things that happened this week.
So the sadder things that happened was pregnant YouTube star Nicole Thea dies at 24. London-based YouTube star Nicole Thea, apologies for if I got her name wrong, who was 8 months pregnant, died on Saturday at the age of 34. Her unborn child also died, her family have confirmed.
Not to bring, like, we don't want to bring the vibes down and whatnot, but I think it just needs to be addressed that...
Yeah, I'm not trying to kill the vibes, but, you know, we have to address that there's real life...
Yeah, it is a very sad thing.
Stuff that happens. I can't imagine what my condolences go out to, like, the families involved, the partner that was expecting a child, and I can imagine loved his girlfriend, and like, it's just weird. Like,
I could never imagine being in that situation.
Yeah, it's just weird, man. It's weird times we're living in too. Like, it's just, there's no words to really, you know.
Yeah, well, all the
no, we're recording there, and while we're taking a break, Naya Rivera's body's been found, so it's confirmed she's passed away too, leaving her 4-year-old child. They went off to a lake or whatever. They went for a swim, and she didn't come back. So that's that's another one.
Rest in peace.
Yeah,
I don't know really what else to say apart from, like, something that's sad, like. We don't really have.
On a brighter note, though, that Jess Glynn shit was funny too.
Oh yeah, that's just rich privilege to me.
Yeah,
that's all.
The Jess Glynn. We're just gonna explain this briefly. The Jess Glynn shit. She got turned away from a restaurant because she was wearing a hoodie, and she said it was classist. There's a dress code to these places. You don't wear a hoodie. It's like Ben wearing his shorts to
a nightclub and thinking that he can get in.
Like, that's not a classist thing. There's just dress codes. These people want to draw in a certain demographic of people.
Yeah.
Like, I think that just sets a bad example if they have people in with hoodies. Like, it's probably a 5-star restaurant. Like, you're not going in a hoodie.
Yeah.
So that's all I can say on that one.
Well,
cool. Let me check.
We don't really have much else to discuss. I think we should probably end it here.
Yeah, I should probably wrap it up. Yeah.
We've been going for too long. Alright, say your goodbyes.
Cast. We over and out. Till next time.
Let's
Episode 15 wrapped up. All finished.
Peace and love.
All packaged. Friends. We out.
Look, I live the life I deserve.
Blessed.
Fuck a vacay, I feel better at work. I mean, whatever it's worth, I give whatever I'm worth.